Okay, so in today's video, we are breaking down Jeremiah Fears and how he is able to play the game so good and be able to do things like this, but also how he is able to be such a smart basketball player. Being smart means that you have high basketball IQ, and that is what you need to do to be able to make the NBA. So let's get down and let's check out Jeremiah Fears. But really quickly, if you are a very good point guard or you want to be a very good point guard like Jeremiah Fears, what you need to do is to go down in the description below to get the point guard workout that will help you become a better basketball player. So to be a very smart, high IQ point guard, what you need to be able to do off of a high screen and roll is to be able to read what your defender is doing. So in this case, his defender is going over top of this screen, and his man is going to be doing a quick short roll out towards that wing. The reason being is because Jeremiah Fears is attacking that rim, or at least attacking this secondary screener that's coming up, which is forcing that screener's original defender to, of course, try and cut off Jeremiah Fears. Usually on a high screen and roll, I would definitely be recommending not to be going over top of a screen. Just go over underneath because it's a high screen and roll. What's Jeremiah Fears going to do? Pull up for a 3 over here? That ain't going to happen. So just go underneath the screen. However, coming off of this screen, he has a lot of different reads that he needs to be able to make. Does he take one more dribble because this guy's looking over top of the screen? He can collect this defender. This guy's already trying to follow him. And then does he make the bounce pass to this roll man? Or does he make the easiest pass to somebody who's already wide open in the original screener who's over there who could be wetting that 3-point shot? However, that's not necessarily the end of this play because that shot was missed. But look at where Jeremiah Fears is right now. When that shot originally went up, Jeremiah Fears was out on this 3-point line. However, he is attacking the boards and getting that offensive rebound. Remember, board man gets paid, which means that the more rebounds that you get as a player, no matter what position you are going to become a very valuable asset to your team. Now, this is just great off-ball movement. So if you have a screen going towards the middle of the court, and you are currently sitting in the corner of the court as to where the screen is happening, one of the best ways of being able to defend this is being able to lift. So being able to lift from the corner to the wing. The reason is because now this guy, your main defender, most likely is going to be trying to check or tag, whatever wording that you want to call it, the rolling defender, which means that by you lifting from the corner, you should be open for potentially a 3-point shot. Now he receives this pass, his man is closing out and closing out high, which means that as long as you get lower than him, you should be quite well or doing quite fine to be able to attack the rim. That's exactly what happens here, and Jeremiah Fears is able to then finish with that reverse layup. Now, the one thing that bugs me so much, and I just made a video on my main channel, is trainers who teach all these different dribble moves to attack the rim. That does not work in game. He takes one dribble here, and then a second. Or let's rewind it just a little bit. He catches, and then he takes one dribble, takes a second dribble, and then he gets to the rim. Then he's able to finish with a reverse. He took 2 dribbles on this move. If he was to take a third dribble here, guess who would have been there to block heck out of his shot? So 2 dribbles max. I always say this is something that you need to be able to do more of, and Jeremiah Fears is very successful doing it. Now, this is something that I like to teach a lot of players, because not many coaches or trainers will actually teach this. So Jeremiah Fears is there in the corner. He makes this pass over to his center. Now, you don't necessarily need to do that, but the idea here is for the center or whoever's got the ball to do a dribble handoff, a DHO with the point guard, which is you if you are watching this video. Or in this case, it's Jeremiah Fears. However, Jeremiah Fears doesn't get that ball. The center lifts the ball up because Jeremiah Fears' defender is way too tight and probably has a hand in there to disrupt that dribble handoff. If this happens and your center pulls the ball up, don't just stand out here. Don't just stand here being like, oh, woe was me, I didn't get the ball. You need to be able to cut back in close to that center. A little bit, personally, I would be trying to cut a little bit closer than that. However, the center was able to still hit him, and because he's got a player who's cutting backdoor here, he could have had multiple options to pass if he really wanted to. However, he was able to score anyways at the rim. I really like this blow by as well. This is going to be our last clip of the day. However, the reason why this blow by is so good is because watch how low he's able to get on his man. By getting his shoulders lower than his defender's shoulders, he's able to get leverage on that man, which then allows him to have essentially a free path to the basket, and that is exactly what we see right here for him to be able to get to that rim. So make sure, if you want to become a very smart point guard like Jeremiah Fears, or just a very good point guard like Jeremiah Fears, make sure to go check out the point guard workout that is down in the description below so that you can become a better point guard yourself. Anyways, I will see you guys again in my next video. Hit that like button and subscribe.